Hi, my name is Beth Snodgrass, and I am currently a graduate student at Liberty University. And this evening, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my group leading report for Hsco 511. Just a real quick introduction about myself. I do currently work at Joint Base Charleston as a work-life consultant, and I provide total force support through resiliency and educational programs to the military community. Our team focuses on topics related to financial readiness, deployment support, developing communication skills, employment, and we also provide assistance to the military members as they transition to their civilian career field. I love my job. It's really great. I actually serve as a dual purpose as both the educator for the topics that I'm the subject matter expert on and also as a facilitator for groups because I have to encourage participation and engagement amongst the group members. I'm really passionate about my job. My involvement actually with the educational groups and the curriculum that we teach are a really great fit for both my leadership style and my personality. The purpose of the educational group that I chose to lead for this particular assignment is to provide financial education to military members who are at risk to lose their security clearance due to their lack of money management and the negative impact of their debt on their credit score. This group is comprised of active duty service members who have been identified by their leadership as an at-risk population. It's really essential for the mission success of Joint Base Charleston that we do provide this financial education and resources to improve the group members' financial situation because they are currently at risk to their team if they're distracted at work due to their financial stresses that are stemming from their financial situation. The membership to this group is closed and their participation is mandatory, and it's also on a non-voluntary basis, which can sometimes be a struggle for the group leader to get their engagement. The group lasts for a total of 3 months. As an educational group, we do meet once a week on Thursdays from 11 to 12. We typically have 15 to 20 group members, and that number does vary based off of mission requirements. However, for this particular group that I led for this assignment, I had a total of 17 group members. Switching to the group dynamics, the content and process, the physical location of this group, we met at the Airman and Family Readiness Center that's located at Joint Base Charleston. And this location really is ideal because it's located in close proximity to the various workplaces of the members. And we learned this semester that proximity and accessibility of the building will help impact the attendance and the group engagement. We only meet once a week, and it is during their lunchtime, so it does not interrupt their workday. And the classrooms are really well designed to facilitate an educational group. There's ample seating, and we have tabletops for the group members to use to take notes. Now, looking at the beginning stage, we only have 1 hour to meet, so it's really important that we start on time. And I always try to focus on keeping my energy level high during the beginning phase. The attendance of the group members is mandatory, and there's not a lot of personal interaction with one another in an educational group. The beginning is only 10 minutes, and it is designed to re-engage with the topic that we discussed in the previous week. The opening activity, I think, is really where I have an opportunity to grow the group's dynamics. So for this group that I led, I had each group member share an interesting fact about themselves, and then also a creative way that they implemented the curriculum that we covered in the previous week. The middle stage of our group lasts around 40 minutes, and this group is a group that already meets, and this was the third week, so the third week out of a 3-month curriculum. So as the opening after the opening activity, I jumped right into the curriculum. In the previous week, the group had discussed creating their own spending plan and budget. So this includes income, fixed and variable expenses, debt payments, and tracking their expense. Building upon the curriculum that was taught in the previous week, during this week, the group actually had an opportunity to review their spending habits over the past 2 months, and we tracked all of their spending habits. I know financial information is typically not very interesting. However, this group was really engaging, and I think it was because most of the group members were surprised to see when we were tracking their spending how much of their money that they're actually wasting on trivial spending. The closing phase of the group, it lasts about 10 minutes, and this is just a time available for the group members to ask any questions and kind of wrap up the curriculum that we've been talking about. I believe that the most effective leadership techniques that I used while leading this group were tone setting, the use of my energy, and then also summarizing. From a self-assessment standpoint, I do think that the facilitation of the group was successful. When reflecting and evaluating my performance, I specifically think that one of the things that went really well was fostering an environment of trust within the group dynamics. Finances are a really personal topic, excuse me, and a lot of times group members are often embarrassed or defensive about their financial situation. Up front, I did communicate to all the group members that respectful communication is expected, and I think that the opening activity had a great aspect because it had a personal element and it helped build trust amongst the group. Even though their attendance is mandatory, I do expect that all group members are engaged and participate within the group. While overall the group was engaged and interested in the topic that we covered during this week's curriculum, there were 2 out of the 17 group members who were not very engaged. I tried to use eye contact to dry them out, in addition to walking around the classroom to try to use the proximity of where I was standing to draw out those disinterested group members. However, I don't think that I was very successful in drawing out and getting their engagement for last week's group. Going forward in the upcoming weeks, I think that's something I can do to help draw out those group members is by incorporating rounds into my facilitation style, something that requires all group members to participate or respond to a question. In conclusion, I was excited about leading this financial education group. I feel confident about the development of the group dynamics, and I believe that I had thoroughly planned for the group to be successful. My biggest takeaway is just to continue to be adequately prepared so that way I can adjust as needed based off of the engagement hurdles or any interest of the group. This assignment also gave me an opportunity to practice pacing the group through my voice pattern and my energy level. It's only a 60-minute group, so I really had to make sure that we stayed on task in regards to getting through all stages of the group. I really value the self-assessment and improvement aspect of this project. This group is going to meet for a total of 3 months, which is a long time commitment from the members. I'm going to continue to apply the skills that we're learning here in this classroom. That way I can go ahead and prevent things from becoming mundane for the group. I mentioned during my self-assessment I need to continue to enhance my ability to draw out group members who are not engaging and participating, and that's something that I will continue to use the skills that we're learning in this class. As a wrap-up and concluding thought, I'm looking forward to continue to have the opportunity to serve as a leader for this group and watch my skill set improve as I become more experienced with using different techniques such as rounds and dyads throughout exercises. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to my group leading report. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.